Hello folks and welcome back. So, if you don't know me, my name is Tom. This is my buddy Archer. And we are converting a van. So, the plan at the moment is I bought this Ford Transit Custom and got the short wheelbase because this will be my everyday vehicle as well. So I didn't want something that was too high. I wouldn't be able to fit under railings that most of Irish beaches and parks and forests have, and also something that's reasonably decent in size lengthwise so that I could still park it quite conveniently around the place. So this is what I have so far. The only thing I've done so far is I've stripped out all the plywood that was in here and I've taken off the bulkhead. So I've also just started putting together a timber wooden frame for the floor. I'm going to insulate that right now with my 25mm aero board, and then the plan is to put wooden floorboards on top of that. Walls and the roof, I have no idea what I'm doing with it. In general, I have no idea what I'm doing with this, really. It's kind of make it up as I go, watch YouTube, get more confused and start over. So we're going to drive on and hopefully, fingers crossed, something comes good. Morning we're going to start laying the floorboards, so these are just put in here for the moment. Everything else on the floor sealed, vapor barrier, the wheel arch and everything, and then after that we will start insulating the walls. So here we go. My van has a floor. Alright. I'm absolutely delighted. Can't believe I have a floor in my van. A proper floor as opposed to a plywood. So that is the floor done. Vapor barrier done. Sealed up. Everything. I do need to get a little bracket here just to protect the edge, but that'll come in time. And for now we're going to start with our rock wool. We're going to use rock wool insulation because I wanted to get sheep's wool insulation, but my local supplier didn't have it and I couldn't be arsed waiting, so we're going to go with rock wool, but it will be completely jammed into all the sections, the cavities along the wall, especially along the bottom, and then we're going to put tin foil on the top pins before eventually plywooding over them. But we're going to completely seal it off, so even if this is have issues, then it should be all good. Okay, so now, as I said, van is insulated. Well, the roof is not yet, but my next part is to take down this bit of insulation, and also here I'm gonna cut a hole in it. So the plan is to put up windows, and this is my sexy ass window. So the plan is to cut, this window is for here, and then I have an opening window for this side over here, so I'll have to take off the insulation there and then cut it out and hopefully stick the window in. And that is the plan here as well, and that is today's job. So I'm very nervous about cutting a hole in my van, but we're going to give it a go and see what happens. this fella just got himself in trouble because I allowed him out around the shed for a little while and I found him eating cat poo. So he's back in the van. Just can't be up to him. But plan right now is we got some walls in yesterday into Roisin. So the plan is to cut this window next. So that is the plan right now. We're going to cut a window here and fingers crossed it works. So just before I get started on the cut, you'll see here what I did is from the inside I drilled pilot holes to guide my way, then I joined the lines to make sure that I'm shooting in the right direction, but then I also taped around it to protect it from when the jigsaw is running along that it won't scratch the paintwork. So folks, the window is out, or the hole is cut at least. So as you can see here, there's two layers. So there's the inside layer and the outside layer. And this tubing will go all around the inside layer. And then the outside layer I will cover in sealant, make sure it's sealed up properly. And then before we put on our window glue and hopefully attach the window nice and smoothly. But overall, a success so far. Now we can look through. Archer is ready to rock and roll. Archer's sitting there waiting patiently. So folks, just to show you, the sealant is on. Nice thick bead all around it. Sorry, this is the sealant, the black section, and then this is the bonding. So thick line all around it. I actually went double layer on top because if anything, the water is going to come down into it. It needs to be thin along here. I didn't mess up the sealant. It got away from me a little bit, but sure. And now the window is ready to go. So we're going to stick it on. I will use a little bit of a cardboard here just to wedge underneath the bottom because I want to make sure the window doesn't drop too much. I'm hoping it'll stay where it is, but I guess can't help, can't do any harm. So just wedge that in there just so it doesn't drop to the bottom of the recess. Get on this side. Yeah, you can see already that there's a gap here and there's not really here, so it's kind of dropping down a little bit. Obviously with the bonding still soft, that will happen. A bit of cardboard in there. Keep it wedged up. I'm sure it looks good all around. It is a little bit bowed out on top here. So what I'm going to do is pull it up to the pole and put a weight against it just so that it keeps in place properly, and fingers crossed, there we go. Welcome to my new window.